Here's a new concept that I need you to get your head around. I think a lot of you already know it, but it doesn't mean that I won't talk about it. It's the idea that martial arts management, school management, what you do when you run your school, is a daily practice. It's not work, it's a practice. Martial arts school management, really effective martial arts school management, has to be looked at like a practice. Something you do a little bit of every single day. You train every day, you eat every day. You know, there are things you do, you sleep a little bit every day. There's things you do every day that add to your health. If you put those things off for too long, you don't feel well, you know, or you die. A little bit of marketing, a little bit of staff training, a little bit of research and development, a little bit of thinking about where you're going, a little bit of analysis, lots of action, but in degrees that don't burn you out, that you enjoy. And anything you can't do in a single day, a little bit, you have to wonder if it's really that important. You know, you can simplify the way you manage your school. You can simplify your life by looking at what you do on a daily basis, and not putting things off for too long. Like staff training should be 15-20 minutes every single day. Now it has to have 100 different faces. It's like when you teach forms. You know, I'm not an advocate of teaching 50 forms. I'm an advocate of teaching 1 or 2 forms, but having 50 different ways to practice them so people don't get burned out, and so they approach it with a fresh mind and that it's interesting. And so staff training is the same way. You don't just sit down around a table and, you know, talk. You get me to help you. You go to the internet. I mean, there is no limit anymore as to how many resources are available for you to help get your staff members in the right frame of mind, because it's not so much what they know, although that's a factor. It's more about how they feel about what they're doing, how they approach it with the zeal and enthusiasm and the intent. Yes? So that's something you do a little bit every day. Just like being a really good master teacher, you visit. Like, for example, that's what I do in the 100. In the 100, we have an online school because it's impossible for me to be in everybody's town at one time. We meet online, and every day for 15 or 20 minutes, we discuss things that you and I should be discussing. Things that make us better teachers, that make us market more effectively, that keep our center in the right place so that we don't get off in left field, because it's so easy, right? Money, stress, taxes, you know, staff giving you a hard time, all those things. Somebody has to ring the bell, you know, to remind you that you want to come from your center, that you want to be making the right decisions for the right reasons. That's what we do in the 100. And besides massive amounts of education, the building of a giant library, so on and so forth, this commercial was brought to you by the 100. Mindful school management is a practice. It's done a little bit every day. If you're not looking at it like that, if you're waiting for seminars or the convention or putting things off, reevaluate how you approach it, because you'll have a lot more fun, you'll make a lot more progress, and nothing will get too out of hand when you deal with it a little bit every day.